And later.
What if it would have been your mother, just out of curiosity? If it would have been your mother, what would you have done?
She would have had to go too, Your Honor. I mean,
okay.
it's just...
That's fair.
That's the bottom line.
Closed captioning provided by Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. Co-plaintiffs Courtney and Bill Barnes are suing Belinda Barnes in the amount of $7,950. They are seeking to recover the money for rent and utility bills they say Belinda agreed to pay but did not.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Christina Perez presiding. Please be seated. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Renard. Mr. and Mrs. Barnes, I understand that the defendant is your mother. Is that correct, Mr. Barnes?
Yes, Your Honor.
And your mother-in-law.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why are you suing her?
The defendant, my mother-in-law, loaned my husband, Bill, and I $5,000 to put down in our first home. After about 6 months of being in the house, Miss Belinda showed up with her things. She said she would be there for at least 3 or 4 months, or until she got on her feet or found a job or whatever. But, Your Honor, it's been a year now, and she's still there.
So you decided to go and move in with your son and your daughter-in-law?
Well, I had kind of fell on hard times, and the agreement was for me to stay there 3 months and to pay them $600.
And for each month that you were there?
Yes.
Why did you have to pay them rent?
Well, that's what she asked me to pay, $600, and I didn't mind helping out.
I know, but she was going through hard times. Where was she going to get $600?
Your Honor, Miss Belinda, she had Social Security coming in. She had some form of income coming in. And I didn't see anything wrong with her while she was there to chip in and, help out, a little bit at least.
Bill, where were you in all of this?
Well, Your Honor, it was a situation where I had to play son and husband, and I had to be neutral in the situation.
Well, I understand. But were you okay with your wife saying the term is, yes, Miss Belinda, you can live with us, but you have to pay us $600 a month?
Well, in my case, I said, okay, I'm going to have a conversation with my wife, and you two work it out. I don't mind my mother living here, and I'm not going to charge anything.
So you just kind of stayed out of it?
Yeah, I played the safe role.
That's fair to say. You stayed out of it. So you lived there for 6 months. I'm sorry, 3 months?
Yes, 3 months.
And then, Courtney, you say she never left. What happened?
I mean, Your Honor, when Miss Belinda was there, it put a strain on our household. And, okay, yeah, that's Bill's mom. But, I kind of felt like it was a hidden agenda when she gave us the $5,000 to put down on the house anyway. We was there 6 months, and then here comes Miss Belinda with her things. And it's just, it was a strain.
So, Miss Belinda, you were there for 3 months. Why did you end up staying there for almost a year, right?
Well, Your Honor, when I was ready to leave on the 3rd month, my son quietly said, Mom, don't leave.
Bill, is that true? You told her to stay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you tell her to stay?
It was more of a situation where, Mom, I know you don't have anywhere to go. It's just I can see you two aren't getting along. And I really would not want you to be out on the streets. I'd rather you stay here and work it out until you are able to find employment and a place to stay.
Okay, that's very good. So is that what he said to you?
Yes, that's
Did you try to work it out with Courtney?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a really close relationship with my son, and my daughter-in-law doesn't like that we're so close. But that is my son. I want to have a close relationship with her, too, but she seemed like she doesn't allow me to.
And coming up.
What if it would have been your mother, just out of curiosity? If it would have been your mother, what would you have done?
She would have had to go too, Your Honor. I mean,
okay, that's fair.
That's the bottom line.
Closed captioning provided by Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. We're back with the case of co-plaintiffs Courtney and Bill Barnes, who are suing Belinda Barnes to recover money they say she owes for rent and utility bills.
I understand each new couple deserves some privacy. I believe me, I understand that. And ironically, I went through a very similar situation, and I understand that. But she is your husband's mother. And did you understand she had nowhere else to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you were willing to have her leave anyway, even though she had nowhere to go? It's okay for you to say yes. It's better for you to be honest. You know, what if it would have been your mother, just out of curiosity? If it would have been your mother, what would you have done?
She would have had to go too, Your Honor. I mean, it's just...
That's fair.
That's just the bottom line, Your Honor. That's just all to it. That's it.
Okay. You needed the privacy with your husband, and you just didn't like living with her. So finally, who ended up telling her to leave?
I did.
Okay. All right. So she moved out. And Bill, you didn't say anything. And then why bring this lawsuit up? Tell me about the transaction of the money. Tell me.
She verbally said that, hey, I'll pay you rent or the utilities or whatever, you know. I mean, if you knew you wanted to go back to do it, why even go there as if you knew you was going to be able to do it? You see what I'm saying?
Your Honor, I agreed to pay $600 for 3 months only, which I did.
Okay.
And the only reason I stopped paying rent is because my son said, Mom, don't go. So why should I pay rent when he's asking me to stay?
Okay. But, Miss Belinda, in your statement, you did say that every once in a while you did try to give them
yes,
money.
I did. Because
so you say here it was very intermittent, every other month. Sometimes there was every 2 months, every 3 months. I'd give them $600 whenever I could.
Yes, whatever I could. And also, I loaned them $5,000 to put down on a home because they were living in such a tiny little place and wanted to start a family. And I felt sorry for her. How are you going to start a family in a tiny little bathroom house?
Why do you think your mother-in-law, would give you $5,000 when she had no money herself?
Well, maybe because she knew she was going to have somewhere to live. So why not just give them $5,000 on the house so I can bring all my stuff and move in or whatever?
Got it.
Judge Perez's verdict when justice for all returns. Promotional consideration provided by...
The first thing you said to me when you opened this case, when I asked you to give me your statement, my mother-in-law loaned us $5,000. So I truly believe it was a loan based on that situation. And I'm looking at your husband, and the look in his face is telling me that I'm right. Okay? Having said that, Miss Belinda, in your statement, twice you say that you would try to pay them rent, that you knew you were behind. Sometimes I would forget, or sometimes I couldn't pay the payments for each month. Right. That comes directly from your statement. So that, to me, tells me that you agreed to pay them money while you were living there. You do owe them money. Okay? So guess what? It's a wash. You owe them $5,000, and you owe her $5,000. So you guys are even. Okay? Good luck to you all.
All rise.
Judge Perez has found in favor of both litigants, and their awards offset.
I want to get along. I want to be a family, and I really love you. I love you.